everybody! It is day 19 of the 100-day video challenge, and I cannot believe it. It's going by so quickly. Before we know it, Christmas is going to be here, and then the new year, and then my video challenge is over. Or is it? I might just for kicks send out videos every once in a while, because I'm actually starting to really enjoy this. I know when I did my first video, I was so nervous and it was kind of scary, and I was like, oh my god, people are actually going to see this. If they watch it, they're going to see it. It's out there for people to see. So it was kind of nerve-wracking, but it pushed my boundaries and it pushed my comfort zone. So it was good. So now I'm really enjoying myself, and I love sending messages to you. And I am getting a hit because it's been coming up for me a lot lately, reminders of this, and it concerns the 5 love languages. Do you know about the 5 love languages? This is something that I was introduced to several years back, and it's something that helped me get a lot of clarity concerning relationships and the ways people love. Give love and show love. And so there's 5 love languages. One is acts of service, one is gifts, one is words of affirmation, one is quality time, and one is physical touch. And a lot of times people are maybe 2 different ones, they have 2 dominant ones, or they may be a combination of 3, or they might have 1 main love language. And it's just the way that you just, you feel it in your stomach, like you feel so full and happy and loved by somebody when they do this for you, and vice versa, you feel that way when you do it for somebody else. So the reason why I'm talking about this, and the reason why this is so important in relationships, is that when we really get clear about how we give and receive love, we're really able to see it. For many years, there was a lot of people in my life that were very near and dear to me, and I knew that they loved me, but there was other ways, I should say, or other things that other people did that really helped me feel loved. And so I was like noticing this correlation that I realized that these people that love me and are really important to me, they do these certain things, and I know that's that's their way of showing that they love me, but sometimes I feel more loved by this certain way. So for example is for my family, they are acts of service and gifts people. So that's how they show that they are thinking about you. They show how you care. Like my dad, for example, he'll help with anything. He's like Mr. Fix-It. He's always been on top of my car. If something, goes sour, if I need to borrow money, he's the first person, what can I do? Here, this is how I'll help you. And this is how he shows that he loves me. And my mom's a gift giver. She loves to give gifts. Whenever she'd come home as a kid, she'd always bring these little things for me, and they were her way of saying that she loves me and she was thinking of me, and she still does that even though I'm almost 30, so I love her for that. Thank you, Mama. So those are an example. And so for me, my love languages are quality time and words of affirmation. And so I found myself getting into a little bit of a funk of those are the things that make me feel really filled up, and those are the things that I want from people that I'm close to. And so I really had to get clear about first I had to get clear about my languages, and then I had to get clear about the languages of those around me, and then I had to learn to kind of stretch myself and give other languages to people than what were my dominant ones. So for example, words and quality time are mine. So I would look at, if my dad is acts of service, what can I do for him? What can I do to help him out? Okay, because that's how he really feels loved. Or my mom, what kind of gift can I give her? Because I know that really is important. Because even though I can tell them how much I love them, and I can want to spend quality time with them, that's not exactly how they might feel really super loved and filled up. And so it's this interesting dichotomy, and this is really important for all kinds of languages, for all kinds of relationships. So it can be romantic relationships, or relationships with your friends, or it can be relationships with your family. So like in romantic relationships, an interesting, and I learned about this from Gary Chapman, which wrote a book, it's called The 5 Love Languages, and Gary Chapman wrote the book, and one of the examples he gave is like, there's a couple, right, and so the woman's love language is acts of service and the man's is physical touch. So, say the woman comes home and she's, she comes home and the man is like, wants to give her a hug and like, oh baby, I love you. And like, she's like looking at the sink and she's like, why didn't you do the dishes? Like, if you love me, you do the dishes, because she's an acts of service person. And so this is why this is important, because if you are aware of what language you are and what your language the people around you are, then you're able to really see and understand how people give and receive love. And it's really a game changer in the world of relationships. So I felt like this is really poignant to share, especially with the holidays coming up, and there's always things we need when in terms of relationship building. So I hope this was helpful, and I hope you're able to get a little peek of clarity, and I'm also going to write more in the comments to expand on this. And I also have coaching spots open, so if you're interested in diving into discovering more things about yourself, like your love language, your core desire feelings, and if you are wondering what that is, it's this whole gamut of exploring your self-love tools, and I'd love to talk more with you about that. So leave a comment and let me know what you think. There's also a quiz that you can take on Gary Chapman's 5 Love Languages site, and you can find out what your main language is. So I'd love to know what you got out of this, what your love language is, and let me know if you have any questions. And I just love to chat. Okay, bye.